Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Hunties Dollies, and I am continuing my review on some of my Mattel Disney dolls from the 90s, and I've already uploaded a review on Hercules and Meg, along with my review of my Wizard of Oz dolls from 1999, and I'm not going in particular order. I'm just kind of going in the dolls I just kind of felt like talking about, and I wanted to go over the Pocahontas ones. Now, in my last video, I went over dolls I found in Arkansas in a Bass Pro camping set, so I hope you will go back and watch that video. But I do want to talk about my Pocahontas dolls. It's one of my it's in my top 5 favorite Disney movies from growing up and from the 90s. And I had Pocahontas and John Smith actually growing up. These are not my original dolls. And I also had Kocoum. So I had 3 of the 4 that I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, we're going to talk about that and just talk about some other things. And go from there. So how about we start with Kocoum and we'll end with Pocahontas. So here is Kocoum, and again, these are this is now all the dolls I'm talking about are the Sun Colors dolls. So because there were other, different kinds of Pocahontas and John Smith dolls, but to me this line was the most movie accurate line as far as like their outfits and things. So these are the ones that I have. So these are the Sun Color Pocahontas dolls, and we're going to start with talking about Sun Color Kocoum. And again, I did have him growing up. He's a very nice doll. He comes with his necklace, the little, I think they're meant to be bear prints on his chest. I don't remember him having these in the movies. He might have, I can't remember. These little wrist cuffs. And here's his, oh my god, what's this called? His covering. I can't remember the word for it at the moment. But the gimmick with these dolls is you put them out in the sun and little different kind of like shapes appear, at least on Kocoum, Nakoma, and Pocahontas. John Smith did not have a Sun Colors gimmick to his outfit, but he was still part of the Sun Colors line, so I don't know. But something was supposed to appear when you put these dolls in the sun. I mean, you can kind of see the pattern a little bit, but when you put them in the sun, it really comes through. And I can't really remember what was on Kocoum's covering here when you put them in the sun, because I don't put my dolls in the sun. But again, Mattel did such a great job in the 90s with these dolls. I mean, does that not look like Kocoum just like walked out the screen and just into my doll collection? He does have Kaneklicon hair. It's that very soft, so sometimes it can look very frizzly and it's hard to deal with. But again, very movie accurate, very nice. He's got the typical like 90s Ken doll articulation, knee, move the arms, can go out. He does have a twist and turn waist. And other than that, he's very much like a 90s Ken doll. Pocahontas did come out in 1995, so these would have been out in 1995, the dolls. And he did come with a bow and arrow and like a quiver, I think it's called a quiver, full of arrows. I have those put away. They weren't very period accurate, and you really didn't see him carrying that stuff in the movie, but it's nice that he came with some little extra accessories. But there he is, again. Should I marry Kocoum? Sometimes I was like, yeah, girl, go for it, but, she didn't. But there he is, very nice. And now we'll take a look at Nakoma, which is Pocahontas' childhood best friend. Again, gorgeous doll. You can kind of see her design coming through a little bit better. I think it's because her outfit's a little lighter than Kocoum's. But again, these dolls, their outfits were the most movie accurate. And well, her hair is a little bit longer because it's so hard to do a short hairstyle on a doll. like she had in the movie, but they tried to replicate it as good as they could. But what I love is, look at that face mold. Again, just Mattel in the 90s just captured these dolls' face molds so well. I don't know how they did it. She does have these superstar bent arms, twist and turn waist, and bend click knee. So she has articulations that a Barbie would have, articulation of Barbie would have that time, where she can move at her head. She's got a little necklace. Just, again, beautifully made dolls. She also came with this blanket that's supposed to look like an animal skin with some different like animal designs, a leaf design, a tree, you know, acorn, cute little design. Just super cute little accessory. Again, it's supposed to kind of mimic looking like a deer skin or animal skin. And then she also came with like this little, almost like campfire setup with this pottery pot. Of course, it's plastic, and this stick that I just dropped, and a little kind of design. Again, each doll kind of came with, you know, little accessories, which I think were very nice to have for play. And then John Smith, he came with quite a few accessories, maybe the most out of all these dolls. We'll have to see. So, here's John Smith. Again, he's part of the Sun Colors line, but his outfit does not do a Sun Color, it doesn't change anything in the sun. So, he's got his armor, vest here, it's of course plastic, his shirt, his pouch, he came with his sword. Now his hair is not exactly movie accurate, but you know, it's close enough. But his face. These face molds are incredible. He has the same articulation as Cocoam or as a Ken doll of that time. He also came with, which I think is one of the cutest accessories, and I keep it in here so it doesn't get lost. He comes with the little compass. And actually, this is a little elastic. It can go on his wrist or even Pocahontas's. I've had it on Pocahontas's wrist before, only because her wrist is smaller than his, and this is old elastic, so I didn't want it to break. But I've been keeping it in his little pouch here, like he did in the movie. And of course, he has his helmet. So he comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, including the compass. I guess this counts as 5. We can count as 5, 6 accessories, and the rest came with about max 3. So he actually came with the most accessories out of all the dolls. And like I said, here's his little helmet, which is also made out of plastic. Nice doll. He came with these cloth boots. Again, I just feel like out of all the dolls that came out in this time period, these were the most movie accurate, and I really loved them. And again, I had him growing up. And now, last but not least, we are going to take a look at Miss Pocahontas herself. Oh, her necklace just fell off. Again, I was a huge fan of this movie when I was little. I have so many memories of watching this movie. Here she is. And so, again, you can kind of see the design on hers. Hers is a very leaf design because of Colors of the Wind. Now, I did go back because this was originally like, I don't know if it's foiled in copper looking material, but it was, of course, chipping and fading. So I went back with some copper paint and painted over it, and it's worked very well. But again, be very careful when you're doing that because you don't want to stain the dress. But I went back over that and the belt with some copper paint to give it its color back, and I think it's turned out very well. Of course, she's got long, beautiful hair. And it's also Kaneklicon. Hers, Nakoma's, and Cocoam's, I believe John Smith's is Saran. It's beautiful long hair. She comes with her mother's necklace, of course, her tattoo. And she has the same articulation from a Barbie at that time, except she's got the straight arms not the superstar arms. I like to call this the princess hand, because they always do like the, I don't know, princess hand or whatever. I don't know what I call it that. And then of course, bended click knees. Now this knee kind of stays bent, but that's fine. It's not broken. It's just she was in the box for a while. And as I said, I did have John Smith, Pocahontas, and Coco growing up. I never had Nakoma, but my grandma got me Pocahontas. I think she might have gotten me John Smith also. I cannot remember. She definitely got me Pocahontas against my mother's wishes. It was a, well, let's just say it was not a fun time when I brought Pocahontas home. I had John Smith first. Who knows? Maybe Mom bought me him. I cannot remember who got me John Smith, but I remember I had John Smith first. And even as a child, I'm like, okay, well, I want to reenact my, you know, parts from my favorite movie and also maybe expand on the story. I wanted Pocahontas. And my grandma got her for me, and again, didn't go over well. We'll just say that. Pocahontas also came with the pink version of the kind of animal skin blanket. She also came with Flit, which he can rest on her, he can clip onto her wrist, like that. And I believe he came perched in like a little ring thing. I have it put away. But I like to kind of either have him resting on her wrist, or I'll have him rest on John Smith's hand, because they do become friends in the end. But yeah, these, Pocahontas is one of my favorite movies growing up. This doll does mean a lot to me. It's very important that she's back in my collection. I've said it before, Little Mermaid is my all-time favorite, hands down. Favorite Disney movie, all that. But this one I have a lot of memories from. And my original doll did not survive childhood. We'll just put it that way. So I wanted to get her back in my collection. And yeah, so this is my review of the Pocahontas dolls. Again, these are the Sun Colors Pocahontas dolls. They did have other lines. Oh, I'll just go and throw this in there too. This little Nico, he came with the modern Pocahontas set that you can find on Amazon. The one that comes with like that box, turns into like a play set. So he came with that. I have the other stuff that came with it too, but I keep him on display with them because he looks very movie accurate, true to size. So cute. But anyway, yeah, I just kind of wanted to review these dolls. I'm a huge Disney fan. I love dolls, and to me, the 90s Disney dolls were some of the best, and you can't deny that. They look just like the characters. The costumes are in great quality, and again, these are Playline dolls. You know, I don't remember them being more than maybe $10 each back in the day, maybe. They could have been more, but I don't remember that. Of course, you know, there were other fashion packs you could have bought. I do have a couple of like the other fashions for Pocahontas and Nakoma. Again, they're kind of put away. I don't display them in them. Every now and then I'll change them into them. They did have a like a tent, a teepee. I think it was called Powhatan Village playset. They came with like I said, like a tent, teepee sort of thing. Came with a bench, like a rack thing to put fish on, and maybe a campfire also, similar to the one that came with that Bass Pro Shop campfire. I actually had that as a kid as well. I thought the dolls were inside, to be honest, but they weren't. I'm a little disappointed. But I did have that, and I remember it being very difficult to set up. Like, you had to actually thread the holes through the fabric. It was not, I remember my dad and I spent an hour putting that thing together. But they put out a lot. I feel like a lot for this movie, for this doll line, than any other, to be honest. Yeah, they put out a lot with this. Fashion packs, play sets, swim lines. In the swim lines, they only included John Smith, Pocahontas, and Nakoma, Coquam was only in this Sun Colors line. But, yeah, I love these dolls. I cannot believe how beautifully done their faces are. I mean, look at that face. They just captured the characters so well. Really incredible. You can't even get this with the Disney Store. I don't really care for the modern Disney Store dolls. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion. These are better. I don't like the Disney Store dolls. I really don't. I'll buy them for accessories, but I typically give the doll away or donate them. I don't hold on to them. I get them for their accessories, basically, and that's it. But let me know down in the comments if you had these dolls. Is Pocahontas one of your favorite movies? Your thoughts on modern Disney Store dolls? I'm sorry, I don't care for them. Even the modern Mattel Disney dolls, I'm not a fan of. I'll only buy them for their accessories, and that's about it, to go with my Disney dolls, because they do come out with some really cool little pets and accessories for the different characters, and I will buy them for that. But anyway, I've rambled on enough, and you know, let me know in the comments if you were in a similar situation I was growing up. Wanted to play with dolls as a little boy, but wasn't allowed. I love to hear different stories and talk about things, and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, share, and subscribe, and comment below, and let's keep talking about it. Have a great day, dolls. Bye.